I am out hiking to Mount Hardy Falls and the peak of Mount Hardy, and this trail so far has been absolutely beautiful. I will tell you that the very beginning of it was not well marked. There was trails everywhere. There was a few campsites. I accidentally walked up on a woman's campsite. It looked like she was just getting changed. But I had my navigation downloaded, and so I was able to find my way to the trail, and I've been on it for probably just a quarter of a mile. This should be about a 6-mile hike, and then I'm also going to do a local waterfall that's right near the exit. So come along. I'm excited to be here. This is literally something I've talked about. Water, clothing, navigation, light. There's no cell phone service. Quite literally why I have things downloaded and why I have my Garmin right here. So I am good. So be smart when you go outside. Parts of this trail have been a bit bushwhacky, but look at these beautiful flowers. Very narrow. Very narrow. You can barely see it here, but it's obvious that it's here. And I'm following it on my navigation. When I lived in Maine, I led a hiking group, and one time one of my fellow hikers asked me, why do I hike? He wasn't asking like, oh, why do you hike? He was asking like, why do you hike? Like deeper meaning and philosophical. He was a librarian. And I remember the hike we were on. What I loved about it is it really got me thinking about why I love hiking. And I was literally just at a point a few minutes ago where I was like, okay, put the camera away. It doesn't need to be out constantly, which it doesn't. But I was smiling ear to ear. And I was like, this is why I hike. Like, I almost talked myself out of coming today because this is a longer hike than I've done recently, but I'm trying to prepare to hike Mount Katahdin in July with 3 of my friends. And so I need to get out here and do this type of hike. And also this is an area I've never been to. And I'm so glad within like less than a mile of this hike, I'm like smiling ear to ear, and I'm just like, oh man, this is why I hike. Like, look at this. I can already hear babbling water over here. I know I'm going to be coming up on a waterfall on this section of the hike. I know there's another waterfall I can check out on the other side of the hike. I know I'm going to get summit views. And I know I'm going to be so freaking proud of myself when I'm done. My body's going to feel great. I have some yummy snacks. It's just so great. I will say this trail has been quite wet, which is a great reminder of why I wear trail runners and not hiking boots anymore. See, ride or died hiking boots, especially when I got started because I had bad ankles. I had ankle surgery when I was 18. But I realized that when I bought trail runners for trail running, I was like, oh, these are so much more comfortable, so much lighter. And then I quickly realized like, oh, a lot of people hike in these. And then I also realized that like orthopedists and physical therapists are like, oh, boots actually can make your ankles weaker. So I now do trail runners. But the moral of the story is this trail is really wet. And both of my feet have gone in the water and they're not soaking wet. They haven't trapped the water like waterproof hiking boots would do or waterproof shoes would do. They're already drying out. And I also have wool socks on. And so my feet don't feel wet at all. I'm sure they're damp, but they don't feel wet at all right now. That looks really cool. The root system has started to grow tons of moss on it and become its own piece of art here in the forest. That's pretty cool. I am 1 mile in. I'm coming up on that first waterfall and it's getting louder over here. So I think when I get to that waterfall viewing, whatever that looks like, I'm gonna stop for a second. Oh, hi, birdie. I'm gonna stop for a second and take this off. Jeff was like, you have a short sleeve, right? And I was like, yeah, I have a tank top underneath here. But so grateful, so it's looking out for me. Okay, so the map now shows us going around the water, but I only see like a tiny trickle up there, so I wonder if we get again closer to it. I have no idea how big this one is, but I think it was rated like a 7 out of 10 beauty scale. This is gorgeous, but this isn't like Waterfall gorgeous. So I don't know what we're gonna come up on today, but here's what we got so far. So this is the waterway, and that's the trail right over there. So we'll see what happens. Braid had to go. It's way too hot for that. Had to ditch the sun hoodie, drink some water. Well, I found the waterfall. I hope that we get a lot closer to this beauty because it's so far away right now. Check this out. Can you even see it? Oh my gosh. So far away. Big rock. Big rock. These tiny little flowers are called bluets. They're my favorite flower ever. They're little wildflowers, tiny little purple things that are very, very easy to miss. Perspective, here's my finger. Much bigger rock. Hello. Such a cool mushroom. Spider web. What we saw earlier actually was the view, because I'm at where we cross the stream again, and it's just a stream. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It comes down here and then flows down. The trail, we're gonna hop across here for the trail because the trail continues that way. So I don't know if we're gonna get a closer view or not. Hey, trail friend. Ooh. These are gonna be berries. It's definitely a narrow trail. Not a lot of people are coming up this way. It is wet out here, and there's a storm rolling in, but we're like 2 feet from the summit. Not that close, but really close to the summit. So I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit farther before running back under the tree cover. This area is pretty darn bushwhacky in parts, but I'm so excited I got to see flame azaleas, and there's a bunch of bees on it, so that's exciting too. I'm out of breath. I didn't quite make it. I can tell it's like right over there, but the storm is getting more consistent, so I'm gonna be smart and not stupid and turn around, but I definitely need to grab a snack out of my pack, and then I'll start heading down. But I made it up here. I would have made it up there in 2 hours, and I thought it was gonna take like 2.5-ish. So I'm really proud of that, because I am super close. I'm like 0.3, but I can hear the thundering, and I just want to be smart, and I think my loved ones would appreciate that. Look at this part of the trail. You can't even see the trail. It's under here, under all of this. I will not be capturing a ton on the way out of here because I'm hustling out. This rain wasn't supposed to be here until I was done. I looked it up last night and this morning, and it said chances at 2. It's 12. But I packed my rain jacket, I packed my rain cover for my bag, and as soon as I started hearing the thunder, I turned around, which meant that I didn't make it to the summit. Whew. But this trail is still gonna be marked as a fun day. I am walking through so much water right now. Weather is such a mysterious thing. I heard birds starting to chirp, and the thunder is now farther away. I wonder if you can hear it, but it's farther away now. And the way that it came, oh, I don't know if you can tell, but it's all blue skies over there beyond those clouds. Thankfully, I was prepared. When I was putting on my jacket, I threw some snacks in my fanny pack so I didn't have to stop to eat them. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is so silly. I love it though. Like, it's all blue over there, which is, I believe, where we just were. But we never got to the summit. And then, look at all of this. Glad that we were prepared. Glad we had the Garmin so I could tell Jeff that we were heading down so he didn't have to worry. Sometimes I feel like such an imposter out in the woods, and I feel like I'm just doing this because it's a cool thing or something. And then I realize on days like this where I got caught in a storm, I am pretty darn wet. And I'm still smiling and like seeing so much beauty in all the places that I'm like walking through, and just wanting to like sit and like be here. I'm just like, no, this is not just something, this is everything. How much mud do I have on my butt? Just got back to the trailhead. I only saw a handful of other people, but there's actually quite a few up at the trailheads now. There's a couple trailheads up here. Take this my jacket off. My bag's pretty wet, as you can see, but thankfully the rain cover did a pretty darn tootin' good job. I'm gonna get the rest of my snacks out of here so that we have everything, and extra water. I'm gonna put an electrolyte in there. I also brought shoes so I can take off my wet socks. And we did a good job. We drank all of this. Okay. My feet, great. No blisters, nothing. Whew. I also wore gaiters today, which I'm grateful for, because if you can see, there's a bunch of stuff on me and they're not in my shoes or my socks. So thank you, gaiters. I'm also going to use one of my Porta wipes to wipe down my legs so that I'm not getting all of this in the car. What did I have for snacks? Yum Earth Sour Littles, a Thank Turkey Stick, Mama Chia Chia Squeeze. On my way home, I'm going to have an Element Citrus Salt, a Justin's Maple Almond Butter, and some olives. All right. So review of that trail was that it was awesome. There was a lot of parts that were not heavily trafficked, which was really actually kind of nice. All right, I'm gonna drink my electrolytes, head back home. So I did 823 feet in elevation gain, 6.3 miles. So that's good. I was hoping to do a little more, but obviously I got turned around. But it was a really great hike. I'm glad I did it. I had a lot of fun in the rain, and can't wait to put all this together and show you.